this edition, I'm going to cover some sayings and aphorisms and ideas that I've recently acquired from my reading about military leadership principles. One of the most interesting aspects of leadership is the question of who makes the best leaders. According to Professor Peter Drucker and Jack Welch, the former CEO of General Electric, the best leaders are produced by the military. And what's especially interesting here is that these leaders are all grown within. The military doesn't hire external leaders at higher levels from the outside. They produce them all themselves. Well, what are the characteristics of a leader? There are many, and they are varied. Well, for one thing, you have to be physically and mentally tough. You have to be confident and competent. Leaders are highly trained, knowledgeable, and disciplined. Multifaceted people who are adaptive and self-aware. Now, what are the constants of quality leadership? Well, some of these items might be loyalty, up and down the leadership chain to those above and below, a sense of duty, respect, selfless service, and that's a good one when you consider some of the commercial organization failures today, honor, integrity, and personal courage. And by that, we just don't mean physical courage, we mean moral courage. The courage to do the right thing, even in the face of opposition or embarrassment. What this leads to is a shared bond, a shared language of leadership, and most important of all, shared values. What's the benefits of an approach like this to leadership? Well, what you end up with is a team that is high in trust, teamwork, it has a clear focus, it is confident, and it is highly motivated. So, what are these exceptional leaders? The ones we're talking about are self-aware, adaptive, agile, the kinds of people who hold their organization together in the face of unbelievable stresses and strains, who achieve objectives in the face of concerted opposition and overwhelming odds, with an indomitable spirit, who fulfill their obligations to complete their mission and take care of their people. Gosh, that's the kind of folks I'm looking for. Well, in the Army, they break it down into three areas of a leader. Those things a leader must be, know, and do. In the area of be, the kinds of person you are, the kinds of folks that Army leaders tend to be are folks who would say of themselves, no one is more professional than I. They emphasize values and attributes. They tend to be people who are honest, competent, forward-looking, and inspiring. As a matter of fact, they use the acronym LDRSHIP, which stands for loyalty, duty, respect, selfless service, honor, integrity, and personal courage. In the know category, and that's KNOW, we're talking about interpersonal skills such as team building and coaching, conceptual skills such as thinking creatively and being able to reason analytically, technical skills of whatever your particular duties are, your expertise, and your tactical skills, that is, the ability to solve problems and get things done. And finally, in the do category, that's DO, these skills are influencing skills, which are guiding others, operating skills to accomplish the mission and your objectives, and finally, improving skills to leave the organization in better shape than you found it. It's worth noting that leaders have to start as followers. They're followers first. And they execute decisions with energy and enthusiasm, even if they have prior disagreements with the decision. And that's a very interesting point. It is not that you shouldn't disagree. As a matter of fact, different points of view in the military are solicited and encouraged. The key point is that once a decision is made, you agree to implement it as if it was your own. And that is that other people looking at you would believe that this was 100% your idea from the beginning. And you don't badmouth or otherwise make it appear that this is a problem. You enthusiastically embrace that decision. Training in the Army is not without difficulties. And the first person you have to deal with as far as a leader is yourself. What we're talking about is character, and that is comprised of values and attributes. We talked about the attributes there before: mental attributes, physical attributes, emotional attributes, and interpersonal skills. Let's go over them in more depth right now. Mental attributes include will, self-discipline, initiative, judgment, self-confidence, intelligence, and cultural awareness. Physical attributes might include stamina, vitality, energy, health, physical fitness, and personal bearing. And emotional attributes might include self-control, balance, stability, emotional maturity, genuine emotion and passion when it is warranted. You're not a machine. Stable, level-headed under pressure, calm in the face of danger. And a leader is one who displays the emotions that they want their followers to display. So under high stress, you want to be calm, cool, and collected. Finally, in terms of interpersonal skills, we might break them down into 4 parts: communicating skills, supervising skills, mentoring and counseling skills, and finally, creating the right environment. In communicating, we mean not only communicating the what, but the why behind it. A leader communicates the leader's intent and supervisory intent, so that the followers not only understand your position, but they understand those who are superior to you and what they intend. They keep people well informed, and they communicate both up and down the chain of leadership. In the supervisory area, it's an art, not a science. Not too much, not too little. A leader checks tasks that are critical to the mission. For example, if you're going out at night and you're using batteries, you might want to make sure that those batteries are at full charge and not depleted. They check what others might tend to forget, and they check tasks which are at the limit of prior performance of this particular unit or individual. So if this is an individual who hasn't done this task many times before, you might want to check on them to make sure they're doing it correctly. They are always on the lookout for ways to enthusiastically develop subordinates. The third category under interpersonal skills is mentoring, counseling, and coaching. And the key here is it's for everyone, not just for the selected few who have been anointed from above. And the reason is simple. Some people are fast starters out of the blocks, others are slower. We don't want to disregard anyone's skills and abilities. So instead of just focusing on the fast starters and and ignoring those who may follow along later, we use coaching and mentoring skills for everyone to bring them to their highest level of individual achievement and ability. Finally, in that area, also, a leader knows when to use other leaders. We all have our limitations. We're good at some things, not so good at others. A smart leader knows when to bring in someone else who can achieve the objective with skills that are beyond our own. When to blend that in, not just to defer to somebody else, but when to blend in and add the combined power of the leadership skills of someone else. Finally, it's your job as a leader to create the right environment. And you can look around and ask yourself, do people in this organization cooperate? How is conflict handled? And finally, how is diversity in this organization embraced and honored and taken advantage of? Well, those are some thoughts for today. We hope you've enjoyed it, and we look forward to seeing you on another edition of Military Leadership Principles. Have a great day, and we'll see you soon. Bye-bye.